Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful 3D fabric flower. If this is what you're interested in, kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell to get more updates on this channel, like and share. Let's get started. For this project, we'll be using 2 yards of cotton fabric with a length of 45 inches. For the interfacing, we'll be using hairstay. Tools required for this project include scissors, a curve ruler, pencil, tape, thread, pin, needle, paper pattern, and of course the sewing machine and the pressing iron. Now that we have everything ready, let's begin. Drafting the petal pattern, I'm using 5 inches to draft my pattern, starting by drawing a 5 inches square. I use my ruler to connect the lines on both sides and cut out the square pattern. So if you want, you can make the square bigger. You can make it 6 to 7 inches square if you want a bigger fabric flower. So I'm going to fold it into 2. Cool. And then we'll use the curve ruler to get the design we want. Curve and so this is it. Now we have this. We'll go in by an inch. And then you can freestyle by just curving it here, or you can use your curve ruler and do it this way. Yeah. So this is what we have. So we want to make a 3-layer of a fabric flower. So this is the first layer, and I'll come in by 1 inch to make the second layer, and come in by another 1 inch to make the third layer. So this is it. So this is it. We take it down to the third layer, and this is it, guys. So at the end of the day, we have the first, the second layer, and the third layer. So for the first layer, we'll be needing 12 petals. So in total, it should be 24, because we need 2 for each petal. So second we'll be needing 9 petals, which is 18, and 6 petals for the third layer, which is 12. So we'll start by cutting the first petals, which is 12. Guys, we've gotten 12 petals here, so we'll trim off this one, the first layer, to get our 9 petals, which is 4. So we take off this one and we'll cut out this one next. So when we took out this one, this is what we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4. 4 when folded into 4 had 16. So that is it for this one. So we are done cutting 9 petals of the second layer. We are left with the third layer now. So we just trim off, and then we take off this one and we'll cut out. So we'll cut this one into 6. We have already 4 here. Yeah, so we'll cut it into 6. So right now we're about to cut the base for the petals. So we'll double fold the fabric, first fold, second fold. So we are cutting a circle of 7 inches, and here we've got enough. So this is 7 inches here, so leave it this way, and then position it this way again to get 3.5, which is 7 inches. So this is it, guys, the 7 inches. So is it, and this is it. So we've got to measure 7 inches and 7 inches. So we've got 7 inches for the base. These are the 3 different petal sizes. I sewed them using the sewing machine. What I did was to take each piece, place the right side together, and stitch round the curved edge. After stitching, I trimmed the seam allowance. So this is the base for the fabric petal. It was sewn all the way around, leaving 1 inch opening to allow for turning. Next, I will turn the petal right inside out, like this, and give it a good press with an iron and serge the edge. At this point, we are done turning the fabric petals. All the petals have been turned to the right side, pressed neatly with an iron, and the open edges have been serged to prevent fraying. For the petal count, we have 6 of the smallest petal, 9 medium petals, and 12 of the largest petals. The next step is attaching the petal to the base. So this is the base. First, I'm going to work on the base. I will divide it into 4 equal sections because the first set of petals we'll be attaching is 12 petals. which are the largest size. Dividing the base into 4 helps me place 3 petals neatly in each quarter, keeping everything balanced and even. So I'll choke the edge, fold it again into 2, chop the center, chop this edge, and this one. So, and I'll use the ruler to connect the chalk. Okay. So, yeah. So 3 of this. 1, 2, 3. I'll get the middle part and also chalk. So I'll be doing this. So 3 of this should be on this box. So this is honestly my favorite part of making the fabric flower, because this is where the fun really begins. Now I'm starting with the largest petals. As I stitch around the circle, I pleat. So place it like this. Make sure you go in by half an inch, or half an inch. So the pleat. And I slightly overlap like this. I don't wait for one petal to finish before adding another one. So this is the 3rd one for this quarter. I layer them as I go. So they naturally overlap. almost getting to the end. So this is the last This is the last one. So we are done with this layer. So for this layer we have nine petals, and we've got 4 openings. So we just make it 2 2 for each. 2 2 will give you 8. We'll have 1 extra, but we'll still make use of it. So just to have an idea what we are working with. So this is the third layer, going by 1/2 inch again. So remember, the third layer is 6 petals, and yeah, start by, so ensure it overlaps to create that fuller effect. So this is the last one for this, and then so right now this is what we have. Now, to finish the flower and give the center a neat look, I'll be showing you 2 options in this video, although there are other alternatives you can try. I use a stripe of fabric measuring 29 inches in length and 3 inches in width. I folded the fabric in half to make it 1.5 inches, as you can see, then curve the ends. I serged the edges and ran a straight stitch for gathering. After pulling the threads to create ruffles, you can see, I will head to the machine to sew the stripe in a spiral motion on a circular piece of fabric of about 2.5 inches. So once the flower is formed, I will place it neatly in the center of the 3D fabric. This is it. And sew it right round, as you can see. I have cut out 4 circular pieces of fabric of about 2.5 inches, as you can see. So what I will do, I'll start by sewing them around the edge with a needle and thread. Sew it right round. This is it. And then I'll add a little fiber for stuffing to make it puffy. So this is fiber. Add it. And gently pull the thread to gather it. So make sure it goes in properly. This will form a ball-like shape. Then I'll carefully hand stitch 4 of these into the center to give the flower a beautiful finished appearance. So I'll go ahead and stitch this and do the same for the 4, and then stitch it into the center. Voila! I present to you the final look of a fabric flower. As you can see, I have 2 examples here, each featuring a different design. You can choose to recreate either of this center design or even add a beautiful embellishment of your own to the center instead. Just a quick tip, make sure whatever you use are of high quality so it stays durable, especially after washing. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more fashion and sewing tips. See you in my next video by the grace of God.